The Indiana Fever are turning heads across the WNBA right now, and for good reason. They've gone 6-1 since the Olympic break, and this team is more than just hot. They're on fire. The Fever have been rolling over opponents like a freight train, and there's no sign of them slowing down anytime soon. It's time to ask the question, are the Indiana Fever the real deal? Are they true contenders this season? In this video, we're going to explore exactly why this Fever team might be the most dangerous squad in the WNBA. Right now, the Indiana Fever have surged to become the hottest team in the WNBA, tied with the Minnesota Lynx for the best post-Olympic record. But this isn't just about a few good games or a lucky streak. No, this is a team that has found its groove, and they're playing some of the best basketball we've seen all season. And it's not just about wins, it's about how they're winning. Let's talk about their style of play. The Fever have transformed into an offensive juggernaut. They're moving at a pace that leaves their opponents gasping for air. Their transition game is lethal. When they're on the fast break, good luck catching them. But it's not just speed, it's their efficiency that's been jaw-dropping. They're creating the highest quality shots in the league, and they're making them count. Leading the charge is none other than Kelsey Mitchell. If you haven't been paying attention to Mitchell, now's the time to start. Mitchell's quick release and high arc shooting make her nearly impossible to guard. She's a threat every time she touches the ball, and defenses are struggling to keep up. But it's not just Mitchell. The Fever are a well-oiled machine, with every player stepping up. Caitlin Clark has been nothing short of spectacular, creating shots not just for herself, but for her teammates. Clark's ability to break down defenses and set up easy looks has been a game changer. And then there's Aaliyah Boston, arguably the best center in the league right now. Boston's impact goes beyond scoring. She's a connector, a facilitator, and a defensive anchor. Even on nights when she's not lighting up the scoreboard, Boston is making the plays that help the Fever win. So, what's the secret behind Indiana's success? It's their control of the game. The Fever dictate the pace, and that's been the key to their dominance. They control the tempo, the number of possessions, and most importantly, the quality of shots. Basketball 101. The team that gets the better shots usually wins the game, and the Fever have mastered this fundamental aspect of the game. From the opening tip to the final buzzer, Indiana is in command. They're not just reacting to what the other team does, they're imposing their will. And that's what makes them so hard to beat. Even when they're up against top-tier teams, the Fever are in control, forcing their opponents to play their game. That's a recipe for success in the playoffs, where every possession matters. Let's take a look at some of their recent games to really highlight what this team is doing right. Just the other night, they faced the Dallas Wings, a team that's no pushover. The Fever were down by 9 late in the game, and it looked like their streak might come to an end. But this team doesn't know how to quit. Aaliyah Boston stepped up, getting an and one to start the comeback. Then, Caitlin Clark hit a 30-footer that sent shockwaves through the arena. It was a clutch performance from a team that thrives under pressure. Kelsey Mitchell followed that up with some incredible shot-making of her own, hitting shots that only she could make. It's games like these that show why the Fever are a legitimate threat. When you have multiple players capable of taking over a game, you're never truly out of it. And let's not forget the supporting cast. Lexi Hull is starting to find her rhythm, hitting key shots and locking down on defense. Erica Wheeler has been a spark off the bench, providing energy and playmaking when the team needs it most. Then, there's Nalissa Smith, who has quietly been improving with every game. She's not just filling up the stat sheet, she's doing the little things, like cutting to the basket and playing hard-nosed defense. Smith's growth has been a huge boost for the Fever, and it's a big reason why they're so dangerous right now. So, where does this leave the Indiana Fever? Are they contenders? In my book, absolutely. This is a team that no one wants to face in the playoffs. Sure, there are other great teams out there, the Liberty, the Aces, the Sun, but the Fever are right there with them. They might not be the favorites, but they're the team that could pull off the upset. They've got the talent, the strategy, and most importantly, the belief that they can beat anyone. The Fever are going to enter the playoffs with confidence, and that's a dangerous thing for the rest of the league. In a one-off game, they've got the firepower to take down any team, and in a series, they've shown that they can hang with the best. This is a team built for the postseason, and they're peaking at the right time. To wrap it all up, the Indiana Fever have gone from being an afterthought to becoming one of the most feared teams in the WNBA. They've proven that they can win big games, that they can come from behind, and that they can impose their style of play on anyone. Whether you're a fan of the Fever or just a basketball enthusiast, you have to respect what this team is doing. They're not just contenders, they're a team on a mission. So, what do you think? Are the Fever for real? Can they take down the league's elite in the playoffs? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you haven't already, make sure to like this video, share it with your fellow WNBA fans, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future content. Stay tuned, because the Fever's journey is far from over, and you won't want to miss what happens next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.